Okay, this is officially the My Thoughts on Fortnite video. We are going to be talking about Fortnite Battle Royale, to be more specific, not the actual Fortnite main story. Save the world, blah, 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 blah. Maybe at some point in the future I'll do my thoughts on that after I actually beat the campaign, but as of right now, we're sticking to the Battle Royale. Now, I was waiting originally to get a victory on Battle Royale to finally do it, and guess what I did? I did it, darn did it, I did it. I honestly have no idea what I was trying to say there. But we got my very first victory. I still won and only, actually. I'm still trying to get some more, but, you know, I still sort of suck. But yeah, I'm still going to talk about my thoughts because, as I said, I did get the victory. I have learned a pretty decent amount about this game and everything. So yeah. So it is a Battle Royale game. You drop down, you pick up some guns, and kill some people to get first place. Now, the reason people can continue playing with it is because you can pick up different there are a lot of different areas to land in. There's a lot of different battle potential. There's no game is the exact same that you play. Whether you're in duos, squads, or whatever, no game is the exact same, which I think is one of the big reasons why people keep coming back to it, plus the sense of progression, which is really big important any game, which is the level factor and how you have the challenges. All of these are fantastic things, especially with the battle pass. That I know I don't have one, and nor do I really plan on getting one, but with the battle pass giving as much as it does, it's a great thing that if you really enjoy this game, I would say get it. It's only $10. It's not the most expensive thing in the world, and it does get you some pretty good stuff for a while, and it can even keep you hooked on the game because you get special challenges that you only get for having a battle pass. So yeah. But when it comes okay, we're gonna keep talking about all the good things for now, and more along the lines of what's good and bad about this game is how often they are just trying to progress it and update it. When the map first released, there were your certain amount of cities and everything, and it was a fun game, but then they kept updating the map. They added in tilted towers, they added in another farm area, they added in Lucky Landing. They just kept putting in more and more into the game, and they continue to keep doing that, such as they added hand cannons. They just had the heat-seeking rockets, which is I'm going to get to that one later. They also just added in vending machines, which I love the idea of them. I hate the fact that there are green and white quality vending machines, and I honestly think you should get rid of those, except for, okay, the green ones I can understand you keeping. The white quality ones, no, I wouldn't keep. Who wants anything in there? Anything in there at all is why. Unless you make it 10 wood and 10 of each product, then that's about it. But the only reason I keep the green one is just because of traps and minis. But that's about it. But then I love running into the bigger ones. We ran into the purple. The first vending machine I ever found had a purple scar. I had to collect 300 metal, and gosh darn it, I did it. I destroyed everything around me, got 300 metal, and I got that purple scar. I believe it was purple. Could have been gold, honestly, but I'm pretty sure it was purple. And I think that those are a lot of the really good things about this game, in my opinion. Now I'm going to get into what I think is a little stupid or dumb that I wish they either would remove, fix, or change in some sort of way. The first thing I'm going to go on to say is the newest thing, or one of the newer things, the heat-seeking rocket launchers. Or not heat-seeking, remote-controlled. I keep saying heat-seeking because I'm stupid. I hate them. There's been a few times where I've been in a situation with them, and the only real scenario is shoot the rocket or build in front of it. And as much as I try to shoot the rocket, if the guy is capable of flicking his wrist enough, well, since I'm on console, if moving the toggles enough, it's very easy to dodge the bullets and still hit the person. Building in front of it can be pretty scarce because in the same video that I got a victory in, the rocket went through the building because I built it inside of the rocket. The rocket was already partially inside the area, but it kept going through it because it didn't process that there was something there yet and didn't explode and came over and hit me, chunking my HP. I run into another situation in duos where me and my friend were trying to shoot the rocket and build like our own little huts to prevent him from like hitting us, but he kept shooting so many rockets and capable of like dodging our shots that we just couldn't really do much about it. And originally we were just like, okay, I pulled out my grenade launcher, tried shooting at him, but like they just wasn't getting the distance that I needed. And his friend actually came up and flanked us while we were so preoccupied on the rockets that he shotgunned us from behind and killed us. So yeah, I think that those need to be nerfed a little bit. But that was also a good segue into the next one, such as shotguns in this game are a bit strong. I've been one-shot by shotguns where, like, I understand, honestly, even the one-shot that I have, like, been done by, as I said, I've been one-shot by shotguns, was very close range. It was on the head, and it did over 150 HP. And, like, I sort of agree with that, because, like, I do think you should do increased damage if you hit the head and everything, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, I think it is a bit insane. I'm fine with one-shots at a sniper rifle because that's a really precise shot. There's bullet drop. There's a whole lot of factors. But when it comes to shotguns, they have medium range, which they should not have. They have such high damage. Some of them, like tactical ones, you can just rapid fire those things. To an extent, you can rapid fire them. And it's just, to me personally, I really don't like it and just think that it's a bit ridiculous how much damage they do. Now, as I said, it is a shotgun, so I can understand why it does a lot of damage at close range. But if you're going to have it do that much damage at such a close range, then it can't really have a medium range, which, as I was saying, this one currently does. I have been hit from a pretty big distance with shotguns. Now, I agree that they should keep the heavy shotguns, and I like the fact that the heavy shotgun is a bit ranged, because it's a really like close proxied shotgun, such as the bullets don't spread all that far, and it's really pretty based off of like your aim. And what I kind of wish that they changed the shotgun, or the heavy shotguns, into is it only shoots like a single bullet, kind of like or maybe not like a single bullet, but like that it stays really, really close proxied, that it's something that you can one-shot it with a medium range, but it's really like more difficult to, because you have to get like the headshot. Now, what really angers me though is because of the other shotguns that aren't supposed to be medium range, that I have been hit from a very big distance by. And like, yes, I've never been one shot by one from such a big distance, but I have had a good like 50 HP taken apart, and then he shoots me one more time, and guess what? It does another 50. I'm now dead with no shield. And I just think that they need to be nerfed more in the damage direction than anything else. Or like make their drop-off rate a lot higher, or like a lot closer than what it is currently. Now, do I think that they are like okay and we could leave them as they are currently? Yes I do. But would I like to see the small changes in their damage, even if it only saves my life for a single shot? You know what, I'll take it, because that is still more of like a kill potential than I currently have. Or that's still more of like a kill potential I have than them. What was I about to say? Okay, next is glass flippin' ankles. I agree there should be fall damage. What I disagree in is how much. I could jump a lot of the distances in this game that I've taken damage from and be fine. Now, I will agree that there are cliffs. Jumping off a cliff is not a good idea. The fact that you can, like, grind on, like, the wall down the cliff, okay. And I agree with the fact that you should, like, have to build your way down a cliff. But at the same time, it's kind of annoying when I'm jumping down a steep hill and I take 20 damage. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, excusez-moi? Now, yes, there has been a few times where I've taken, like, 6 or 5 damage. Where, like, yet again, why did I take this damage? Like, I agree that there should be full damage, but, like, make it pretty reasonable, okay? Like, yes, it'll hurt. I agree to that. Is if I jump off a building, if I climb to the roof of my house and jumped off, which I'm actually deathly scared of heights, so that would not work too well with me. I would land and my feet would hurt. I would have a chance of, yeah, like twisting my ankle or potentially breaking my leg if I'm really stupid. But you'd have to be pretty stupid. Like, because all you have to do is watch how you land. It's really not that difficult. And just, yeah, I could jump off, and yes, I would probably, like, upon landing, my feet would hurt, and my leg would hurt a little bit just because of, like, all the pressure of my body landing down. But that would be really it. And I agree that, like, yes, getting hurt could potentially go into your actual HP, as I was, like, saying from this, but like, go to, like, a soldier. It's like, did minor wounds really matter to you? It's like, no, it was only the gunshot wounds that would really affect me. Like, there you go. Like, even if you jump off this small little damage, or jump off an area and, hurt your ankles, you're really not gonna care, and you're gonna keep going. But if you jump off of an a building and break your leg, then yes, okay, I agree that, like, jumping off of a building should still do a large amount of HP, to, like, the 20, the 30 HP, to some buildings, like tilted tower type buildings, not any ding-dong house. Now, I agree that I don't believe any, like, current house can actually do fall damage to you, but at the same time, it's more along the lines of hills that I'm talking about, that, like, I jump off of, I hurt my leg, and I'm just like, okay, it's nice to know that 10 HP is gone. Well, like, I agree that 10 HP isn't all that much, but 10 HP can be the difference of a fight. There's been times where I've lived with literal 1 HP. There's been times I've lived with 5 HP. It happens, and just, when you go into a gunfight already at 10 HP, it's really annoying, just knowing that 10 HP could have kept you alive, potentially. So that, like, I don't think that it's the same with, like, the shotguns, where I think if they kept it the way it is currently, I'm not gonna, like, hate the game, but I think that it should be changed. Now, have you noticed that I didn't say that when it came to remote-controlled rockets, because I think those do need changed immediately. I hate them with such a burning passion. I think it's just so stupid, like, what they're capable of doing in, like, the right hands. And even in, like, bad hands, like, I could still do some pretty stupid stuff with that. It's just annoying to me. I already said that vending machines was a good idea. I don't know why, just like vending machines popped into my head. Oh yes, being able to swap back and forth between 2 different weapons and rapid fire the heck out of them. Especially when it comes to, like, heavy shotguns, burst shotguns, tactical shotguns. Have you noticed the theme yet? And then, like, hand cannons. These are all weapons that usually after a single shot, they need a moment before you can hit the next shot. But swapping to the next weapon, it doesn't need that moment, so you can just swap back and forth because that moment goes on even if you're on a different weapon. Now, I agree that you should be able to swap your weapons and, like, in a fight and have that advantage of, like, oh, he ran out of ammo or something like that, or oh, I ran out of ammo, so I'm just going to swap to my next weapon. But when it comes to weapons like this, it's a bit strong, in my opinion, and does way too much damage way too fast. And I agree that, like, yes, there's a skill with this, such as if I did it, obviously, anyone is capable of doing it, and it's something that, like, I could also do to them, not only could they do to me. And because of that, I can understand if they use, like, the excuse of, oh, there's, like, you can also do it, so just, if they do it to you, you would to do it to them type deal. And, like, I agree to that to an extent, but I also think that, you know, they shouldn't have the capability, and neither should I, of doing it in the first place. How you would change this, honestly, I fully do not know. I'd probably put a trigger in the game that of, like, when you fire with a specific weapon, all of your other weapons go through the same action of firing, but not actually shoot themselves. I don't know how in the world you'd program this, but I mean, like, let's say you have two bursts side by side. You'd shoot the first burst, and then as you swap over to your second weapon, it would still act as if you shot that burst. And it wouldn't go through, like, the pumping animation, but it would take that time before you could fire. But it would act as if it fired itself. Meaning, if you fired a deagle, then swap to your other deagle, you'd still have to wait that brief second before you could fire next shot. But if you fire a deagle and swap to your AR, because they shoot a lot faster, you'll be able to just keep on firing because it's an automatic weapon. And that would really get rid of, like, the problem, because I'm fine with you being able to swap weapons and, like, keep shooting, such as you start off with a shotgun blast and then you swap over to an AR blast, because that's where I go, like, oh, there's actually, like, legit counterplay that anyone can do here. That, well, yeah, I know, as I said, anyone could do the pass thing, but, like, this is much more of, like, a different sort of counterplay, in my opinion. Such as, like, as I said, the shotgun thing, it's just too strong, which is why I was saying that. And I don't really think that swapping over to, like, an AR or a secondary weapon is all that strong, especially because there's really no way you could even fix that, because it's one of the, like, main mechanics in the game anyway of being able to swap weapons. So yeah, like, that's really all I would do for that, is make it so that you can't like, swap weapons is that fast, because to me it's just, like, a bullshit strategy that I've died to it way too many times. I've seen so many, like, professionals and other people do it, and it's just like, come on, it's just too strong. And the main way that you can tell it's too strong is because everyone is doing it. Because you can see these really good players swapping between two different weapons over and over and over again. And, like, when you see that many people reusing the same strategy, that's kind of how you can tell, like, oh, if all these people are doing it, it's probably for good reason. That's also, like, a way that you can tell, like, a specific champion or a gun is just too strong, because, like, if everyone's going after and getting it, then, like, you're gonna need to nerf it in some way, shape, or form, because if it's a gun that, like, determines the process of the game, remote controlled rocket, then it's just a bit stupid. Now, the touches that I personally would put on this game, as I said, one, I would change the how the guns work, in the regard of like, swapping between them. How I wouldn't want, like, a sense of progression for every single individual gun. And I don't mean, like, you level up the guns. I mean that as, like, every gun has a white form and a gold form. And I don't mean that in the sense of, how can I put this? In the sense of, they're, like, the heavy shotgun. The heavy shotgun is currently only gold and purple. I would keep it only gold and purple. And what I would do is I'd make the burst shotgun. It would go a white burst, a green burst, blue burst, purple heavy, gold heavy. That type of sense of progression. And then the tactical would go white tactical, green tactical, blue tactical, purple, some sort of shotgun, like fast shooting type shotguns. Let's go with like the AA-12. And then whatever the heck it's called, gold AA-12. Now, obviously, they'd have to change the name to, like, I don't know, light shotgun or something like that. And it would just be, it would be more focused on shooting really, really fast at a short range and doing, like, really low amounts of damage, but then get to insane amounts of damage, or not to insane amounts of damage, to get to, like, no damage at all at a farther, or, like, a medium to long range at all. Or maybe like very little damage just at medium, and then like close to medium range would be a bit iffy for it, but like at close range it would just destroy you. And something like that where like you could go with the pistol. There's a white pistol, green pistol, blue pistol, then you get to the suppressed pistol, the suppressed purple, then suppressed gold. The revolver, it goes revolver, green revolver, blue revolver, purple hand cannon, gold hand cannon type deal. Like, there is a lot of sense of progression in currently, but I don't know, I want it to like for all the different guns. I was saying with like the tactical, the burst, even like a crossbow, get like a before stage of a crossbow, something like that. The rocket launchers. Currently, there are, like, gold grenade launchers and everything like that, so I'd probably have some sort of, whatever the heck it's called, like, smaller version. Maybe, like, in Killing Floor, there's a pistol that holds a grenade in it, and you shoot, like, that grenade, and, like, that would be maybe something in this game that they could have for, like, the white and lower quality something, so like it still explodes, but it's like a lot smaller of an explosion, does a lot less damage, and it would sort of be like the hand cannon where you fire a shot, hold a second, fire another shot, and you won't be able to just fire them like they're nothing, and you'd have to like reload after every shot or something like that. Same with like a rocket launcher, and that would be you, as I said, like you wouldn't just be able to fire a shot every time, you're like rapid fire it. Something like that. In my opinion, I like the idea of it. Obviously, that specific idea would have to have a bit more of, like, thought behind it, and would definitely need some, like, testing first. Another idea that I had, which I actually said this one, like, on stream, is, upon picking up, like, two pistols, whether one's gold, one's purple, or something like that. Like, let's say you have a gold suppressed pistol, and then you pick up a gold purple pistol. Because of that, you akimbo them. And you can actually, like, you'll still be able to aim. Yet again, I'm going to refer to Killing Floor, where you'll be able to hold in L2 for PlayStation controllers. And then you'll be able to hit R2 to fire one pistol at a time. And you just, like, rapid fire it, and you'll go between the two pistols, just as if you were, like, playing Call of Duty, and you rapid fire between two pistols. Oh, and to furthermore go on with what I was saying earlier with, like, sense of progression in guns, is I would also add more guns in general, such as, like, a fast-shooting pistol, and that would be, like, the lower form of a minigun. Basically, like a machine pistol, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And even like sniper rifles have like some sort of like smaller version of that. Maybe make more of like, think of like the marksman rifles from that one Call of Duty. Call of Duty Ghost, I believe that was a terrible game. But yeah. How can I would put more of, like, a major city towards Wailing Woods, instead of just that freight area. And when I say, like, major city, I mean, like, Tilted Towers, Lucky Landings type of major city, where it's just full of gear, there's a lot of buildings, it's a major area, and it'll make, like, a triangle in the map is basically what I'm trying to say, of just, like, of where you could potentially go. Now, there'll still be the far off areas and everything, but I like the idea of there being in every single sector of the map, there is a big area that you can go to. Instead of there like only being tilted towers and only being Lucky Landing, and like so on and so forth. Now, yes, I know that some people do drop off into the other cities. Well, there's like Pleasant Parks and all that, and Tomato Town. Like, I know people drop there, but like if you compare how many drop there to compare to like Tilted and Lucky, it's definitely a much smaller amount. And that's why I'm saying, like, we add another major city, there'd be 3 major big areas that anyone could go to at any time. And I just like the idea of it myself. And yeah. Oh, and you'd be able to akimbo, like, not just suppressed pistols, also like hand cannons, whatever the heck it's called. Why can't I think of, like, regular pistols, revolvers. Maybe, as I said, like the grenade pistols, this is the fast shooting pistols I just said, for like the shorter versions of a minigun and things like that. I'd probably add in some sort of like better voice chat. Like, I know there is a voice chat in it currently, but I mean like really advance on it. Like, try to mess with the settings, make like a little, make like a little bar in this left hand corner that like that's what regulates the chat. It can be something like Discord, where it shows you the names of the person talking in like the top corner, and then just make it really I wouldn't say complex, but really just big. Just something that anyone could do, that even if you're playing with randoms, it's still something that like pops up, that you can mess with the settings with in a variety of different fashions, that you can lower the volume for each individual person for, something like that. Or if like someone's making like a lot of static, then you'll be able to mute, really making it really easy to mute people and other things like that. What else would I think? I would like something that honestly I forgot to say earlier that I really like is how their game modes. I really like the idea of always making, like, currently it's high explosive, but when there's like gold, when like the game mode is you only get gold weapons, maybe have like other game modes such as like a surplus of potions, blah blah blah, something like that. You infinite materials, something like that, where every single person, you don't need to break anything at all. And you can still break stuff, but it wouldn't really matter. Where everyone just has constant infinite materials. That type of game, what I would think would be really cool. What else? Oh, a game mode where you can have 5 teammates instead of just the current 4. Something like that. Those are just different ideas of saying, or just like game modes that I like. And yeah, that's honestly really it. I do enjoy the game. I really hate getting one shot by shotguns, and as I said, of like people swapping between 2 different shotguns or high damaging weapons really fast and just killing me is very annoying. But I think the game in general is really good. I like the building aspect of it. I may not be too good at it myself, but I think that it's a good mechanic in general. It really adds a lot of potential to the games. The weapons and everything in it, the game modes, the progression system, how they're constantly working on it. I think that in general, they should be very proud of this Battle Royale game. The Fortnite should just in general be really happy with themselves. I think it is a good game. I just think that it could use a few tweaks here and there, and I would like it if they, as I said, like put in that akimbo mode, made every single weapon have like its start to finish type of forms, and something along that line. Maybe put in some sort of upgrading system either. Like, as I said, with this is just one more thing that I didn't like, that I basically just came up with, is, after every weapon has a quality white to quality gold, have a station, kind of like a vending machine, where you can walk up to something and you can throw your weapon into it and it will automatically upgrade it up 1 level. You'll only be able to do this like once per person, and it will be like free, or you can do it as many times as you want per person, but it will cost like 250 material per time you do it. Something like that. I would stick with like once per person, I was saying, or even maybe not even once per person, just like once in general. But it's automatically free, so you can find them basically anywhere, or maybe if you want to be specific, like in a building or a hut. You're walking around with like a purple heavy shotgun, and you're like, oh man, I wish I could find a gold. Oh, and you walk by this thing, and your teammates are like, hey, no, don't use that, I want to upgrade my purple scar, and you're like, nope. Throw that thing in there, and then it breaks. You'll be able to smash it just like a chest, where after you open it once, you can't really do it again, and you'll be able to just like smash it to get metal type material from it. I think that would be a very cool feature to add in as well. Now, I did actually think of something before, which is why I led to that idea, which is like after getting so many kills or something with a weapon, it automatically upgrades into its higher form, which I thought of this like forever and a half ago, but I thought that'd be a little bit stupid, because like most games you really don't get all that many kills, and yes, you see like pro people get like 20 some kills a game or a win or whatever, and like I agree, like okay, there you go, but for the average player, it's honestly, it's only like 5 to 6 kills, something around there. And if you have like, yeah, you might have a purple scar, but I wouldn't want people to get a gold scar off of a single kill. In my opinion, it'd be like you need 5 kills at a bare minimum. And so like you'd really only get the purple scar or you really only get the gold scar after beating the game. After already getting a victory. So like, yay, nice job, but now you have to do it all over again. So in my opinion, that wouldn't really be fully worth it, which is why I was saying we can come up with those. Oh, and I would also like for them to like expand on the traps a bit, instead of just having this singular trap. Like you saw like an image with like the lightning trap. I wouldn't mind seeing one of those as like a blue quality thing. Have some sort of gold quality thing as something that can like help your team and mess with other people's teams, I guess. Kind of like currently the purple quality thing would be like the launch pad, but I'm talking about like something that, I don't know, that throw like a smoke bomb, or not, like that wouldn't be a trap, that would be an explosive. So I don't really know, just something like expand on the traps a bit more, I would really like. And also put assists in this game, not just assists, also in knockdowns, because it annoys the heck out of me when I knock a person in squads and then their teammate, they kill me and their teammate revives them. Like, at least give me something that's like I knocked at least one person. So because like in solos that would have been a kill. Like, yeah, I understand, like, oh well, if you want the kill then just go to solos, but at the same time it's like, well, true. And like, yes, I'd get the kill if we actually killed their team, or if anyone on our team just shot him and completely finished him off. But at the same time, it'd just be like, in those scenarios where we don't finish them off, I'd like to see it. And same with assists, where like I shoot someone, or in like Jeremy's case, since everyone always likes to steal his kills, where he does 90% of a person's HP, and then they get the finishing shot, where he gets the assist at least, so he can be like, well, I assist you for that at a bare minimum. And yeah, that has been my thoughts on Fortnite. If you agree with anything that I've said, please like leave a comment. If you have any ideas yourself, you have criticisms of what I said, you have just really anything, whether it's in doing Fortnite or not, just leave a comment. I will gladly get back to it as soon as physically possible. I comment back, or like I reply, and I like and everything, your comments, the second I see them, and I will always get back to you as fast as possible, unless, for now anyway. So, and furthermore, if you happen to know the people that have created a Fortnite, or you happen to work for them yourself, your blood relative of someone that's in the company, please inform them of my ideas, inform them of my existence, and be like, hey, can you potentially do any of these things? These sound kind of cool. I will not mind one bit. I would love to receive an email from the company that made Fortnite and being like, hey, do you have any more ideas? And be like, yes, I do. Well, I really don't currently if they watch this video, but, you know, I would love to brainstorm some ideas for them. Okay, so thank you all very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna bid you all adieu. Goodbye.